on, guys? Welcome back to Everyday Struggle. Nadeska, Akademiks, and Wayno here. Hope you all had a great weekend. Guys, what's good with you? How you feeling?
I feel good.
I'm tired as a motherfucker.
You look pretty terrible, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. Yo, Monday. Yeah, you know when Monday slapped the fuck out of you? Like, I ain't gonna lie to you. Like, the weekend was going good, and then just something about the last 24 hours that today just hit like an abrupt period. Just so I'm having a power through it. I'm gonna power through it.
That's a little surprising, because Mondays is like your birthday most times. Like, you usually come in here on Monday ready to go, energetic, like.
Yes, give me a couple seconds. We're gonna warm up. You know what I mean? I rock off adrenaline a lot of times, but man, I'm over here sitting here just looking at y'all like, here we go again.
Don't worry, I can feel the same. I'm with you. All right, let's see when you get your momentum. I'm curious if you guys ended up watching Verzuz last week. We talked a lot about Rick Ross versus 2 Chainz on the show. So it looks like everyone's trying to up their entertainment value, especially after Snoop and DMX. So Ross got a massage during the battle. 2 Chainz brought in strippers, and Ross even played an unreleased verse he did for Kanye on the record Famous. So ultimately, what did you guys think of this after your big predictions?
What act?
Well, first of all, I was right. I think Ross took it easy on him. Also, you know, I think the way how the verses went was a little bit different than what we were thinking. Mm-hmm. It was a lot more about showmanship. It was a lot more about, you know, sportsmanship as well. It wasn't about like, yo, let me just show you I got 20 bigger songs than you. You know what I mean? There was many times I felt Ross let him off the hook. It clearly was just about Ross. Highlight your catalog. 2 Chainz, highlight your catalog. I think it was a good look for both guys. Yeah. Nobody got embarrassed, okay? And again, it wasn't that type of blood sport that Verzuz could possibly be. So I'm not saying my man 2 Chainz escaped, but I think 2 Chainz definitely wowed a couple people. And I think it was a good showing for both of them. You get me? Ross handled like a boss in every way, facet, form. Like the massage mid-rapping. Like, come on, man. Come on.
Yeah, I mean, it was entertaining for both. I was a little tight. Both of them didn't play a lot of records. It was mad records Ross ain't play. I'm like, yo, why you not playing this? Why you not playing that? But I think this one went like how I pretty much thought it would. I don't feel like anybody was like super outshined. It was good overall. Tons of viral moments. Of course, Ross's dance, that shit went crazy after that. And then to see them both drop new records at the end of this, that was dope. You know, I think that's what Verzuz should really entail, is like, do this and then come with some new shit right after that. You know what I mean? Brings all the attention. But I had super fun watching this.
What did you score it, by the way? Because you know, I told you to score it.
Oh, I ain't score it. I didn't score it. What did you score it as?
It was incredibly hard to score it. Like, yeah. I started scoring and I threw his scorecard. Because I think that based on how they were both doing it, it wasn't more about, okay, you got that round, I'm going to get you this next round. It was more about that, and by the way, they're bosses. So you should expect that a little bit. Again, the performance factor and really just kind of showcasing, like, especially like when they went into stuff that we never heard before. Yo, here's this unreleased verse off Famous. I thought that was super dope.
Yeah.
It definitely feels like Verzuz started off a bit more competitive, and now you guys said it's more of a celebration. But if this next one were to ever possibly happen, this would definitely be a competition. So after this battle, Swizz suggested to Timbaland that maybe they get a Drake and Kanye battle going. Of course, this went viral. People started debating who would win. Kanye is more likely to agree to this, just waking up and being in the mood for it one day. But how would this battle even go? Is this a fair matchup? Let's start there.
I think Kanye and Drake would be a fair match, but I don't think that's never gonna happen. I just don't see Drake doing Verzuz. First off, I don't know if Mans them is still mad at Swizz. You know what I mean? Like, I remember how they just had their little spat a couple months ago, a month or two ago. Kanye and Drake, of course, that'd be monumental. That'd be great. I feel like those would be the two people that, as of right now, could have like the pinnacle of the Verzuz, but I just don't think that Drake gives a fuck about doing anything around suggesting Kanye. Like, I just don't. I don't see him doing that. And I don't think he's wrong for that, because for how he looked up to Kanye has like done a lot of shit to bother Drake. So I wouldn't be mad at him turning it down. Of course, Kanye is gonna be like, yeah, I'll do it, and you know we're gonna talk about the presidency while we do it and all, and Yeezy and all, and the
production value
homes
would be out of this world, though. Can you even imagine?
Yeah, like I mean, Kanye would have to do it in the middle of Wyoming. Like it'd be something crazy. But
the backdrop of a SpaceX shuttle launch, something crazy.
Yeah, I just don't see it happening. I don't see it happening at all.
Fuck it, bring out the orchestra. Let me hear the flutes. Let me tell you this, man. Mr. Kanye West, I think, will do a great job. First of all, again, in true Kanye West producer-like fashion, I would imagine for him to have a whole fucking, production on just, maybe a live band. But I'm thinking orchestra. You feel me? In performing some of his songs, just like how we saw in even some of the, videos and, production for My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy, right? Or even 808s, you know what I mean? Truth be told a little bit. Here's the thing. Let's just address this happening. Probably ain't gonna happen. Sounds good. Swizz already said he wanted to shoot down the plane that Drake was in. He's not shooting out Air Drake. It's not gonna happen. Second of all, if this happened, because y'all know me, Drake is washing everybody up in his hip hop. But of the few people who could compete with him, is Kanye in that realm? Absolutely. Kanye is probably on a short list of probably 3 people, and I'm probably still being disrespectful to a bunch of other people that could really that we could even take this fight serious. Again, we're also kind of looking at it as some competitive shit. It's clearly been seen that it's not as much competitive, but in the sake of this discussion, we'll act like it's super competitive round for round. Round for round, who's hanging with Drake? Come on, man. I say Wayne. You listen.
Of course,
man,
yeah,
pass
absolutely.
The torch. I say Wayne, and I still think Drake wins that. Yay! 2 Chainz said some dope shit while he was talking to the Breakfast Club. He said, "Yo, listen, man. The thing is, y'all were downplaying me so much. Yeah, Ross is great catalog, great this, great that. But y'all acting like we finna play 60 songs. We play 20. You think I got 20 songs? I got 20 plaques. Very good point. 20 songs. Kanye got 3 classic albums. He could pull for a lot of cuts that people know and love.
4 classic albums.
You're right. That is 4. Yeah. Correct. Thank you for My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy. I added the 4th. So absolutely, I think he could hang. It's gonna go to the judges.
It's not gonna go to nothing because it ain't gonna happen.
Well, we here to debate. We have to act like it's gonna happen.
Do you guys think the fact that Swizz Beatz even mentioned this after they just had that little fallout, like Wayno said, maybe they talked about it and they're good?
Okay. I don't think so, but I just still don't. I feel like
that aside, Drake might not be interested.
Yeah, I just feel like certain people, I think that everybody can appreciate verses, whether you had a problem with whomever's on there or not. I think everybody can appreciate verses, but I just see a class of artists that would never do it. Drake is never going to do it. Cole never going to do it. Travis Scott never going to do it.
Kendrick, I don't know Drake would never do it.
I don't think Drake would ever do it. I'm not saying that there's anything bad about it. I just don't think that he'd do it.
You put him in the ring with the right opponent. It has to make sense. I think you would.
Yeah, but you can't put him against the other people that it would make sense with, like you just said.
You can't put him against his. I think he would do it against Wayne on a very celebratory type of shit. He has so much. Yo, you got to realize Drake versus Wayne the tour. I know it's different, but that's kind of the premise. Let's show who the crowd gonna rock with tonight. That's kind of the premise. If you ever seen when they did go on tour, they planned also a whole album to do another tour. It never happened, but still. I think Drake is always down to with someone he has respect for like that to do it. He's not doing it with an op, right? The other person I would say is Jay. You feel me? I think even though I think Kanye matches up a little bit more because again we're going hits, we're not just all going catalog, right? I think Kanye might have a better shot at beating.
Yeah, it's so funny if we're talking about the class of people who are super elite. That will, I think Kanye's the only one. I never see Drake doing this. I never see Drake doing this. Kanye and Drake is the only
niggas with hits.
Kanye would.
Nah. We're talking about that level though.
That level. Oh, all right.
Come on, it's a different level. Come on, Wayno.
You gotta stop, man.
You do know. I'm telling you.
Stop.
No, Jay's on the list too. I'm telling you.
Yo, bro, listen.
If it's not these 3. You can't really name it some other people.
Listen, you know who I would love to see do a hits against somebody? Fucking Busta Rhymes. Busta Rhymes
versus Drake.
I wouldn't say Busta versus Drake, but Busta, and I wouldn't put Busta against Drake, but Busta got just as many, if not more, hit records than a lot of these niggas are today. That everybody knows. Because a lot of, even in this generation, a lot of his records still get played in these clubs. You know, so, you know, I mean, let's just stop acting like niggas from the 90s because they have a little bit more lyrical ability, 90s or early 2000s, like they don't make hit records, okay? Just because it wasn't top 5 on Billboard Hot 100, it still hits. Like, all right, perfect. Wait. Real quick, Akademiks. And I know you know this because me and your brother talk a lot and your brother listen to the same shit I do. Is We Gonna Make It by Styles P and Jadakiss a hit record?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm pretty sure that shit didn't win a ton of fucking awards, right? But it's still a hit record. So again, then we get back into the Billboard. What's the hit record convo?
Well, when I think about verses, I don't only think about that. I just think about overall. Like, yeah, of course, of course, Meek could always perform Dreams and Nightmare, and of course, it'll work in all facets. But if you just only thought about Billboard, it might not all the way work. Right, but again, this is verses. Everything that matter. I think you might sometimes. I think, you know, when we discuss verses, Wayno usually think what's disrespect in my delivery of saying, yo, this guy hit level is a little bit further. Like, there's a little bit different hits coming out of here. Okay, we're talking about some different shit. Like, that's what. Remember when I was telling you, French. Remember it was French and Tory. I said, French's hits a little bit different than Tory. Them shits ran the summer. I like when you think about the summer. You remember you remember that one song.
I just looked
Tory,
at it
your shit was a cool bop for like 2 weeks. You feel me? Bop
no, but
2 weeks.
I looked at it
on
like
to
French,
the next. You feel me?
French has had like a 10+ year career. Like, you gotta, like, if you're still a name that people mentioning 10 years later, like, you gotta have.
Wait, no, all hits ain't created equally. Pop that was if you was in the club sometimes, that was a summer. Okay?
Oh, yeah,
Unforgettable. That was a bop. You feel me?
Absolutely.
Great. Tory, we love you. Shooters, it's a hit. But it wasn't those. Okay. It's different. It's levels to this hit shit, man.
You're right.
Come on, Wayno.
Let's see what the next battle ends up being, but I think we can all agree that more than likely Drake versus Ye is not never gonna happen. But let's talk about some of the.
Why not Kendrick versus Cole? I'm just throwing that out there. I ain't even cut you off.
Because we can't find neither one of these niggas. That's why. We don't know even one of. Cole is fucking. Kendrick is probably on the mountain meditating, and Cole is preparing for the NBA.
Yeah, it's not gonna happen right now. Sorry, we have a much better chance of Kanye doing verses than either of those two right now.
Right, if we can find Ye.
All right, so like Wayno mentioned, Ross and 2 Chainz both dropped records after verses. So let's start with Ross for Hit, Break, or Wait on It. This is featuring Finn Matthews, and it's called Pin to the Cross.
Why we both got quiet?
You want me to say Hit, Break, or Wait on It again?
I didn't know what Ag was good. I thought Ag was gonna say something, but I just feel like this is a perfect record for Ross. Like, I don't look at it as like, for Ross, the hits that he makes, that's not it. But it's like, this is a perfect record for Ross. Like, Ross always knows how to talk about current events, and I feel like it was dope for him to use his platform to shed light on what's going on today. You know, so I say hits, but you know, like Axe said, it's level to this hit shit. You know?
Yeah, no, but see, it's levels, and it's also levels of complexity too. Oh, wow. Like, for example, I would ask you, Drake and Ross, they did 2 joints last year, and the favorite of mine got a Grammy, and to me, I think that's a true hit. But what was the single that got the most push? The one that Drake dropped, which was Money in the Grave. But what was a real joint that, if you ask me, I would say this is the hit, because it's probably gonna last the test of time, and it's one of those joints that flow real nicely into Ross's catalog. It was a song, Go Roses. So in that sense, like, you know what I mean, you have to kind of curtail that hit thing according to the artist you're dealing with. You know what I mean? Like, we're not gonna expect, oh, it's a debut #1 type of shit. And for that, I'm still gonna say wait on it, but still I'm saying this might change for me. I'm not looking for it to perform super crazy. Yeah. I'm looking for it to do what Ross records do, be timeless, last with time, and also add more depth to his catalog, which is very deep.
All right, the next one is 2 Chainz featuring Lil Wayne, Moneymaker. Allegedly the lead single off Wayne and 2 Chainz' next project, Collie Grove 2.
Oh, there's a hit. I really love this song because it got the it's the Tupac sample. I mean, it's a familiar record, and I love the way that he used the whole band, idea. I mean, like this the type of shit I always expect from Chainz. You know what I'm saying? And this is why I was saying like, don't sleep on them when it comes to making them records, because it's a lot of joints that Chainz come with that people be like the whole verses, people just like, oh shit, I forgot about that one. Oh shit. And I think that's one of the biggest things about verses is to refresh your memory. But this joint is a hit. I feel like this is a hit. I feel like this would go big, especially if we was outside and they could do shit with bands and all that.
Yeah, I want to forecast and project and say this is a hit. Again, I agree with Wayno a lot what he said. Yeah, this shit would do a lot better if COVID wasn't going on.
Right.
But to be honest, on a personal note, I've been excited for this joint album. Them putting together another project, Wayne and 2 Chainz for a minute. So like to see like that felt like one they had kind of in the tuck. So having them drop it now, I don't know if it's gonna do well or do crazy like performance wise in terms of numbers, but it sounded fire. You know what I mean? So I'm saying it's a hit in terms of that, and also I think he'll do fine.
Okay. The next one is Juice WRLD featuring The Weeknd on Smile. This is on the deluxe version of Legends Never Die. First time hearing them on a song together. Juice WRLD actually teased this one a couple years ago with a different beat and without The Weeknd on it. So how do you feel about the final version?
Hit. I'm rocking with it. It was a lifelong dream of Juice WRLD to be on a song with The Weeknd, and The Weeknd was definitely gracious and respected. And like he respected Juice WRLD enough to hop on the posthumous album that Juice WRLD put out, and of course be on the deluxe. So I like that as a good hard sentiment, but like also I could tell the Weeknd tried to give his best effort on this motherfucker. You know what I mean? Like you could tell like he knew it meant something. So I'm going to hit what has Juice WRLD put out recently. We all know he passed away, but like what has been put out under his name that hasn't been something that has worked. So yeah. I'm going to hit big time.
I think it's a hit too, but I didn't think it would sound this way. I thought it would be a little bit different. I thought it'd be more catered to Weeknd's world or some more darker shit. But overall it's a really good record. It's a good record. It's going to do exactly what I expected to do because of the two people involved. But I just thought, for me, I thought it was going to sound a little bit different.
Interesting. All right, so the last record is the biggest release of the past few days. Cardi B featuring Megan Thee Stallion on WAP. So this is Cardi's first release of 2020. The last song she released prior to this was Press last year. This is going to be on her sophomore album. The video, of course, has gone viral. A lot of big guest appearances in there. Kylie Jenner, Normani, Rosalia, and more. What do you guys think about Cardi's big comeback?
Wayno been bumping that WAP all weekend. Oh, man.
While I haven't personally been bopping it, like I've been hearing it everywhere. Like I've been hearing this shit everywhere. So the thing about this song is, what's crazy about this song is the edited version sounds crazy. Like even the edited version sounds explicit. And when I first heard it, I was just like, damn, Cardi, like y'all went a little crazy, but at the same time, like I understood that, another record with a familiar sample, but I also understood that like I grew up on crazy records. I mean, like fucking Yin Yang Twins was coming out with crazy shit. Akademiks, like there's always been like, crazy sex references in music, and I think that is part of who Cardi presents herself to be. I think that the biggest thing about this record is the presentation. This don't have nothing but potential to be a hit. I mean, it's a hit already. But the rollout was the bigger thing about it. I mean, we seen Nadeska, we seen you on the panel. We seen you doing the WAP panel.
The WAP panel?
The most explicit interview I've ever done for Apple Music. They couldn't even really put in the bleeps or the edits. It was really dope though. So it was Cardi and a few girls from the video, and very explicit, unfiltered conversation like you would expect.
Nadeska, never in my life I would think I would see you heading up the WAP panel. You get me? But shit, okay.
I'm gonna bring you a clip tomorrow, don't worry.
Yeah, I ain't gonna front. When I first heard it, I was a little 50-50 on the record. I was like, damn, man, like this is kind of crazy, but at the same time, I understand where Cardi's coming from. So.
I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Record's terrible.
You think the record's terrible?
Terrible, bro. Terrible. By the way, I heard mumblings and rumors of the record. Some people told me it was hot. Some people told me it wasn't good. Hey, heard it from my own ears, man. These two don't lie. Don't sound too good. Now, here's the thing. By the way, salute to them for using that sample, or salute to the producer. By the way, salute to my man DJ J Hood from out of Jersey. You know, what's kind of lost in the shuffle. That's a very classic sample that we've seen. You know, Jersey club producers flip for years. And by the way, he got a very similar beat to that, but you know, neither here nor there. We'll see what happens. But I will say, this is a hit, and this is gonna be number one. This is like the. By the way, kudos to Cardi, kudos to Atlantic, kudos to everybody involved, kudos to the video, kudos to Meg Thee Stallion, kudos to Kylie, kudos to like all these people that
Don't forget
really.
Rihanna.
All these people that came together, this is what you call a rollout, people. And with this type of rollout, there is no misses. This is 100% a hit. This song, if you ask me, this is an anaconda for for Cardi.
You think it's Anaconda? Nah, Anaconda was so. All right, go ahead. My fault. You go ahead.
I say that because I don't think the record on its own is that strong, but the video is jaw dropping. When we hear the Anaconda video, we remember a different demon type of Nicki. when we think about WAP, and by the way, you know, with everything like shit, we haven't heard like even any other rapper do these like 30 million in like 24 hours. That's some 6ix9ine shit. They're doing it with the video. The video is very it you need to see it. So while it might not be my favorite, it's gonna work. And again, with Cardi coming back and having dropped the record, I talked to her. She said she was very nervous. It was important that they had this type of rollout. So not my favorite record. I love when Cardi's talking her shit a little bit more, and she does talk her shit, you know, sexually and stuff like that. But this record didn't have the catchiness to me. I guess for some people, you know, I mean, the WAP part might be it, but I think she'll have better records to come. But still number one. If this doesn't debut at number one, I don't know what I'm talking about. Like, this shit is going. It's out.
Yeah.
Hit. Definitely a great rollout. All right, so we're almost out of time. Let's end with a fan question for you guys. Shout out Wayno, Ak, and Nadeska. I was just wondering, with so many artists not releasing music because they're unhappy with their deals, is it possible that Rihanna is also going through that too, just that she isn't vocal about it online like the others?
I highly doubt it. Highly doubt it. I just think that Rihanna is just like, she's living life right now and making so much money in so many other ventures. Not that she doesn't care about music, because she still pops up here and there, like, you know, Believe It on Party Next Door's record, or, you know, she always drops something here and there. But I just think that she's in a space where she's just like, you know, like, why am I worried about dropping when I got all these different things going for me? You know, she's probably making more money than the top 5 or top 10 rappers without dropping music. So, you know, I think that's why she's holding back. Now, for everybody else, it's a little bit different. But for her, I think that's the case.
Ak, have you tried any products from Fenty Beauty yet? They're pretty great.
No, I haven't. But listen, man, for everybody who's endorsing WAP, the Savage Fenty the little lingerie line, y'all better go holler at that if y'all claim y'all got that WAP. But still, anyway, on a realistic, I'm serious. The WAP. Yeah. All right, man. Listen, I'm with it, man. I love all this women empowerment stuff. Great. Anyway, with Rihanna, I do think she's on her own schedule. But I don't know. I'll just say something which maybe a little bit unbelievable to some people. Rihanna makes more money off not selling music. She's a hustler.
Right.
Niggas might see, oh shit, Drake just sold 5 million records. He's getting no. If he had sold 5 million like fucking, I don't know, OVO sweatshirts, he would make more. So again, she's having a really good business run. Music ain't never gonna make Rihanna a billionaire. It's whoever who own Rihanna shit gonna be a billionaire. What was that, Rock Nation or Jay? Well, they gonna get a billionaire of the catalog. So you know what she's also realizing? My relevance is still here. I'm a legend. I could come back to it. And by the way, I do think most of the older musicians, they only drop music. Not saying they're only doing it on some business purposes, but they usually do it in to accompany other business shit they're doing. I think the last 2 J albums we got were pretty much to promote Tidal and some other things. Like, I mean, literally one of them, like he specifically made like, yo, y'all want this shit? Y'all gotta come over here and fuck with me on this other business venture. I don't think it's just outside the realm of the possibility that even though I'm not saying she doesn't make no money off music, but she makes a shit ton of other shit. Yeah. And while you can maintain the relevance by not dropping anything and focusing in business, why not do it?
Yeah.
You get me?
And I think when she does finally drop, it's going to be eventful. I mean, it's going to be a big deal. You know?
I think every time Kanye drops, like at this point, he finna drop a new sneakers or he got some other shit going on. He's trying to create like some the space rocket Yeezys, whatever the fuck he want to do. But I do think at that level, artists like Kanye, artists like clearly Jay, artists like Rihanna, it's only a few that I would probably say they're still making the most of their money, the bulk of their money from music. Like that's why I think niggas be looking at Drake like, bruh, you don't see all these other people. That's why people even be throwing flack at Nicki like, yo, like you just gonna do this music shit the rest of your life? Like branch out. Right? So
and she
I
did
think
for a little bit, right? Like I
money.
remember her having that thing with Macy's. Was it the perfume or something? I can't remember the details. So she did dabble a little bit, but Rihanna's the first one, besides I guess Beyonce, because she has a couple deals to take it to this level. Plus, early in her career, it was crazy the pace that she was releasing albums and touring. I feel like she didn't take a break for almost 10 years. So she earned this time off, like you guys said. Fenty's doing really, really great. Go buy some lingerie. Keep supporting her. If you guys...
I need somebody to buy lingerie for me, man. I'm out here looking... I'm single as a motherfucker, man.
Mm-hmm. All right, guys.
Lonely.
Keep sending us some more fan questions on Twitter.
I'll become a model, though. I'll be a model for Savage Fenty. Oh, wait, don't get me like that. Like, you don't know even what I'm talking about, nigga.
Yeah,
they got a little makeup thing.
I don't want to know.
I'll try on a couple palettes.
Anything else, Akademiks?
Yo, wait on this thing.
I'm uncomfortable having this conversation with him. Like, I don't even want to talk like
Nobody wants to hear you talk about lingerie.
I don't want to hear you say that. Like, yeah.
Yeah, man.
Oh, man.
Yeah, you offer Wayno a couple zeros, man. I'm telling you, man. Wayno, he be showing me like, yo. So this palette right here is this is like the summary.
Yo,
this thing is doing
Akademiks for the past 2 years of us working together. He wants me to say that I will compromise my integrity for $1 so bad, just so he can have that on me. Like he's actually all these different scenarios. So Wayno,
would you do crack?
You wouldn't do this
for $10? What?
No, Wayno, like we already got the answer. Like you gave the answer. Wayno told us like, yo, if he could sign a particular artist and the artist, you know what I mean, may have been in some questionable shit as long as he was getting the lion's share of the profits.
See, look, I never said...
We gotta go. We gotta upload time.
Man,
let's go.
See you guys
Let's get out of here.
Here tomorrow on Everyday Struggle.